motion. It's really everywhere. It shapes our world, fuels our lives, and allows us to do some pretty extraordinary things. It's really one of those things that we take for granted, right? It's in everything. But for my eyes, it's my greatest weakness. Ever wondered what the world looks like through tunnel vision? It's crazier than you think. Today, I'm bringing you into my world to show you how I really see. You said read the lowest line I can read?
Yes.
When I start, don't laugh, right?
Wow, babe.
Alright, so I'm gonna go with one of these. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Just so you guys know, I guess it's just a little bit more about where I am in terms of my eyes. So my left eye, which is the reason why I'm monocular, I have, at least my medical records say I'm 20 by 200, limited to light perception and slight motion. So like hand motion is somewhat detected, you know, with my left eye, but that's the extent of it. My right eye is definitely my better eye. It's the one I use. According to my most recent tests and doctor's visits, I had less than 10 degrees field of view. The crazy thing about that is, you know, most normal sighted folks, they have 180 degrees. So I'm working on, you know, I'm working with 10 or less here. I know the standard for, I believe it's everywhere in, at least, you know, the US, is legal blindness occurs when you have 20 degrees or less in your visual field. So I'm a little less than that. But if you're somewhere else, I'm definitely curious about, you know, what the standards are where you are. Is it, you know, still 20 degrees or not? If you want to know what 10 degrees visual field actually looks like, I actually just asked my specialist, you know, how could I portray that? You know, is it like a paper towel roll or something like that? And he actually told me it was smaller. So here's just about 10 degrees. So the reason motion is such a big problem for me is because my eyes can't track movement well at all. So when things are moving, I struggle to keep up. I mean, this goes into play when I'm watching movies, or I should say trying to watch movies, or fast-paced videos. My eyes just can't process like the fast cuts. So it just feels like I'm missing half the action at least. So I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and nowadays, you know, they come home from school or they're making something here at the house and it's like, hey dad, look at this. And I'll look, but I'm also reaching out with my hand to hold whatever they're trying to show me, because like it takes me so long to find what they're trying to show me. It's like, okay, if it's in my hand, I could like find it faster. That's been a thing over the last like year or two, I would say. So yeah, motion, because of my tunnel vision, it's very tough for me because it's just impossible to keep up. So motion wouldn't be that big of a deal if I could track things properly, but that's where my next problem comes in. Because I have no vision in my left eye, I have no depth perception at all, which means I'm constantly guessing distances between me and things and me and other people. This affects me every day because no matter where I am, I can't tell how close or how far I am from the things around me. You ever had that awkward dance where you're somewhere in public and the person in front of you is stepping the same way you are? That is me all day. I call that salsa. I am the salsa king because when I'm out, man, that is all I'm just dancing with everybody. I want you to imagine trying to drive with all this. Tracking motion is hard, but my depth perception does not exist. Now imagine me trying to make split decisions on the road at 60 miles an hour. So speaking of driving, the last time I drove, I was about half my age. I think I was 17 years old. Me and my girlfriend at the time, she's my wife now, were in the car and I was driving. Out of nowhere, I hear her scream. I'm like, what's going on? She tells me I'm on the wrong side of the road, yo. I'm driving on the opposite side of the road and I had no idea. Thank God nobody was there. It was definitely a quiet street, but man, this is me at 17. I'm in my 30s now. All I remember about that day was that the glare was strong. I thought I was going straight, but clearly I was not. We pull over to the side of the road. I'm apologizing because I just did not know. And we called my dad to come get us. Honestly, it gets a little blurry after that. I just remember the glare and I remember her screaming. And listen, I don't know if you saw one of my previous videos about me getting denied for Social Security benefits twice, but I did have my hearing last week, and let me tell you, in the first 5 minutes of that hearing, I was told that I could drive with no problem, that I could work with sharp objects with ease. I realized that the only type of cars I can drive today are either bumper cars or maybe Mario Kart. Even Mario Kart, I'm not great at because my 6-year-old beats me all the time now and it burns me up. So I try not to play that no more. I'm too competitive for that. One more thing I did want to mention is that even with my tunnel vision and kind of that small area that I can actually see, that central vision does correct to between 2050 and 2060 from some recent medical tests I've gotten done. So that's pretty much been the challenge I've been having with Social Security pretty much, because even though my vision is very small, at least my window of vision is very small, they look at it like my corrected lens or my corrected vision is better than I guess they want it to be. But legally, because I have less than 10% visual field left, in this one eye, I should qualify, but that's a battle. It's a battle. I wanted to make this video and I wanted to share all this to say is, I know I'm not the only person dealing with vision problems and struggles, and sometimes I feel like we just need each other. I feel like we need to know that there's people fighting the same fight we are, and that we have each other's back. So while I might not be an expert in eye health or anything like that, I could definitely be a friend, and I could definitely be someone to talk to and hopefully laugh with. So I am currently building a Discord channel where I'm hoping we could just, have each other's back and do some cool things together. So check out the description for the link. It'll be a early release to that, if you're interested. But I just know we got this. I know we can do this, and I know we can survive this and flourish with this. So that's what I wanted to do with this video. So if you stuck around to this part of the video, I got a treat for you. I'm going to react to some clips from a trip that me and my family took last week, just so you can get an idea of what being legally blind, at least in my case, is like. Right now, this is that VIP experience I'm talking about. I am in a wheelchair, I got my family with me, and this is the airport. Do you see these people moving back and forth? That is impossible for me to track. Like, everybody here is unaware that I cannot see them, and getting close to me is dangerous. Shout out to everybody who is at the airport, and special shout out to the guy who was pushing the wheelchair. These people right there, I did not see them in real time, and oh my gosh, I would have walked right into that lady. This person who walked past me, oh my goodness, I probably would have caught them a little too late, but again, speaking about salsa, like to stop right there, I would have crashed into both of them. That's crazy. Then you see these lines here. This is super tough for somebody like me because I would have to feel around to tell you, okay, this is where I go in. Like that to me just looks like kind of like a blur. And once I find the entrance point, yeah, I could get in there. But man, that is work for my eyes, y'all. Okay, now let's get into some museum footage because at the time I was super excited about filming this because I'm like, oh man, this is super dark. This is gonna be super dark so I can show people like, yeah, my night vision, my low vision does not exist. But when I tell you guys, I am kind of mad at my camera because, yo, this looks like it's a well-lit room. This looks like I'm in a hospital, how bright it is. In person, it's super dark. I could not see anything. This is crazy. Nah, honestly, maybe we could put some effects on here because to tell you that this is so different from how it looked in real life, like this is a different area of the museum. To me, this was pitch black, y'all. This was pitch black. I can't believe how this looks. Shout out to my wife though, she was filming. We actually had both of our kids. We had some other family members of ours and their son. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I am surprised at how bright this looks because when I tell you guys, like if I didn't have my cane with me at this museum, like I would have been in trouble, y'all. I mean, I would have been in the trouble because, you know, I had my wife and my kids with me, but man, I felt so much better having my cane. And I was still walking and stuff, I'm not gonna lie, y'all.
Hey, come here, baby. Oh, no, you're gonna walk into something.
Okay.